Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping King. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. I'm going to use a couple of cut files from Peartree Cutfiles. I also have this older Echopark Easter collection that I'm trying to get out of my stash. So I dug it out and it matches perfectly with photos of my son who is dyeing eggs. I have a 3x4 photo and then 4 2x3 photos are on that one 4x6 photo. So here you can see I have lots of little icons to use in different papers. I want to use mainly all the solids when I back the Excellent, which is the title piece that I'm going to use in the middle. That's going to be mainly all the colors in the plaid paper that I'm going to use as my background. That's what I like to do with cut files usually is I back all the letters in different colors that match one paper that is in the kit that has all of the colors. Here's my other cut file. It was actually stuck to the back of my paper and then I put it to the side and I actually forget to add it until the end when I um, get ready to take pictures and then I'm like, wait, I forgot to put on my other title. So you actually won't see me add that one until after you see the close-ups. But here I matted my photo in white cardstock, or my photo. I matted my background paper in white cardstock. That was one to make it a little bit thicker because I'm going to take white acrylic paint and paint it with a dry brush on the background to kind of soften up the plaid just a little bit more. It kind of, I guess, I don't know, it takes a little bit of the color away. It didn't work as well as it usually does. Usually I do it on the darker paper, not on this lighter paper, but it definitely fades it out a little bit in some spots. And I just go around tapping it and, picking up that acrylic paint. I probably could have used a little bit more, but it was starting to warp the paper and I was afraid it might go through the paper if I kept doing it. But in real life, you can tell the difference. When I put the cut file on top of it, it kind of blended in a little bit too much. That was my reason for doing this. I'm also going to pop the cut file up on play foam. But so here you can see it's just a little bit more. I'm just kind of trying to fade out that background just a little bit more. And like I said, I want it to be subtle. I didn't want it to be big white streaks, but it probably should have been a little bit more than this. But like I said, I was getting a little concerned because it was starting to warp the paper. So here you can see I have almost all of the cut file already backed with play foam. I cut most of that out just because it's kind of boring to watch that. And then here I'm going to go ahead and use my ATG and fight with it for a minute or two, trying to get a little bit on the back of this. The ATG kind of gives it a quick place to stick, and then I use the liquid glue on top of that to make it last long term. But the ATG I always do first, and then I do the liquid glue. So I want the one photo of him kind of sitting there waiting for us to get started, and he's looking into the layout with that photo, so I decided to use that one over here on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side I'm going to put the other 4 photos. So it's kind of a small layout to do 5 photos, but with the size of the photos, it actually works out perfectly. And then also the cut file, since it was cut smaller, this cut file normally, would be one you would cut out for a 12 by 12. So I sized it down. I don't remember the exact size, but definitely sized it down. So here's my 4 photos. And then I'm just going to embellish with the little egg border and lots of the other eggs in the little basket. And I kept the embellishing fairly simple. Again, just adding more of the colors to the layout. But I really like the end result. I think it just screams Easter because Easter is all about the pastel colors and the Easter eggs. So here I'm just adding a little bit more liquid glue and I'm going to glue that down. That was a border sticker that was on the sticker sheet. And I'm going to use a few more of those eggs here in a minute, but I was trying to use different eggs, not repeat any of the same designed eggs. So that worked out in the end. This little basket here, I'm going to pop up also, and I was going to place it over here. No, actually, I do place it over there. I tried it over on the other side first, but it just looked like it was a little bit too far over. So then I put 2 eggs over here, and these are larger eggs from the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to add a couple more of those littler eggs, and I'm tucking them in. This one is a different size also. There was a couple of different sizes on the sticker sheet itself, so that's what I keep looking for, this little blue bunny. I'm going to put down here at the bottom to add a little more pop of the blue. And then one more little egg over here. And as you can see, there's still eggs on the sticker sheet, so I still have plenty more for another layout, but this was perfect for this older collection that was in my stash. And it matches he's wearing pajamas as we're dyeing eggs, and it matched perfectly. So there you can see down in the close-ups, I now added my other title, so it's Excellent Easter. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. Sorry it's up a little bit late, but I will have another video up tomorrow. Bye!